Stenciling over dry embossing looks super cool. Step it up with a bit of doodling to make the card your own. Stay tuned. Hi there everyone, welcome to Creative Coloring with Iram. Today I will be combining a couple of things to create a very special looking card, and it's very easy to create, looks gorgeous too. It is also not bulky yet still full of texture, so you're going to love it. I have the entire project kit here. This is the Craft Your Life Feathered Lilies project kit with the stamp, die, stencil and the 3D embossing folder. I will just be using the stencil and the embossing folder today. I will quickly emboss a panel of Crest Soda White cardstock, the size of my card front, using the 3D embossing folder from this kit. And I'm sure you can see the texture here, and it does look beautiful as is as well. Just pop a gold die cut and I think we are good to go. Now I'm going to place the stencil over the embossed area and use the Warm Sunshine Pigment Ink and apply it from the flower center to the middle of the petal with the help of a mini blending brush. The bristles of this brush are more compact, so this is going to give me a really nice and quick coverage. Once I have the yellow on there, I will apply the Coral Berry Pigment Ink. Start by dabbing the ink onto the stencil, as these are very pigmented. This is why I chose the midtones, so I don't need any other shade. I will just use the pressure of my hand to add depth or reduce the intensity of the ink. I'm going to color all of the yellow and pink portions first. In some areas where I think the sunlight might be hitting the petals, those that are facing upwards and their tips are curled downwards, I will try to use less ink there as to show highlights, as in less pressure of my hand. And I will add more intensity of ink where I want to show shadow, as in press the blending brush harder. You can definitely bring in darker shades of inks if you want to. I will show you this in a minute when I move to the leaves. For the leaves, I will be using the Forest Glades Pigment Ink with a heavy hand for the most part. Just for the curled portion there that curls and bent downwards, I will keep that portion light. Then I thought instead of just keeping it lighter, I could just add a little bit of yellow to it. So I took the Warm Sunshine Pigment Ink and added a bit of it to the curled portions and the tips of the leaves. And this added warmth and a bit of pop to the leaves, and it looks so good. It also then matches the flowers. While I'm working on the leaves, I will also show you how adding a dark color of ink will instantly make a difference. I'm using the Evergreen Pigment Ink, and though I don't need it at all, and just to show you, I am going to add this to a few portions and you can see the variation among leaves now. Next, through the stencil, I will use the fine liner pen set and trace the stamens. You don't have to use the stencil to do this, but you can if you want to. I would rather just hand draw, add the hand-drawn look because I do really like the hand-drawn look. Once I have the stamens, I thought it lacked something, so I pulled out my small blending tool and the Frayed Leaf Pigment Ink. Though I didn't need the light ink, I could have just used the Forest Glades that I had, but I was a little scared of adding the dark ink, so I started with the light ink first and then started applying it from the top right corner. And make sure to heat set the panel before doing this. I forgot to do it, but then I remembered when you heat set the pigment inks, they become permanent, and that is one more amazing thing about the Altenew pigment inks and why this particular technique will work well with the pigment inks, because it won't take away or dull the inking of the stenciling. It will just enhance it. Also, if you don't like the green ink on your flowers, avoid doing this. I don't mind the bit of green on my flowers. I actually love it. We have seen some pink flowers with a little bit of green. Even roses have a little bit of green on them. So I do like that because to me, they are looking too crisp and clean right now. I'm also going to add forest glades to the extreme top right corner because I thought the frayed leaf was a little too light. So I should have just added forest glades to begin with. In case you do get a lot of green on your flowers and you do want to cover some of it up, you are lucky because you can build up layers with pigment inks. Just add a bit of pink again through the stencil, remove the stencil, dry the layer, and add a little bit of pink again. The green will lighten considerably. Now I will emboss the panel again in case I've lost any dimensions since I did blend a lot of ink over this. And then I had another idea. I used the fine liner pen set and drew an outline around the floral image. This doesn't need to be perfect. If you don't like to draw, you can use the stencil to trace an outline, but I wouldn't recommend it because when you use the pen to do this, you will get pen marks or bleeds. I'm also going to draw lines where there are grooves, and this will add a lot of interest. You can stamp the outline image and work on that with the stencil, but I like the hand-drawn sketchy look. It creates a unique look, and I also love the embossed panel. So I do combine these two elements together whenever I do get a chance. Once I'm done, I will add fine black paint splatters from the Essential Watercolor 12 pan set. Then I will add a few white splatters as well. I use chalk paint for this. You can use acrylic paint too. Then I will stamp the sentiment in Obsidian ink, and to give it more of a handwritten look, I will just add a hand-drawn element to it, just a little dash below the sentiment. And it does look handwritten, doesn't it? I do love how this turned out. The pigment inks are a dream to ink blend with, and it looks like a pattern paper, doesn't it? I will just adhere this onto the card base, and this was so fast and easy to put together. Also looks so good. I hope you will try this, and if you do try, please do tag us. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!